This is Entrepreneurs Get Visible, the podcast for people who want more impact, influence, and income. I'm Anna Parker-Naples, and I'll be sharing with you proven methods from leading entrepreneurs that help you get visible as an authority in your field. Because anything's possible when you get visible. I'm talking today about the power of intention in your work and in your life on the whole. And the reason I want to cover this is because I've not so far talked about the power of visualization for your business. Now, I want to just walk through what I mean by visualization and why this is a powerful process that you need to be considering integrating into your everyday life. Visualization is when you, in your body, in your mind, in your experience, in your feeling, think about a very clear picture, a clear image, a clear sensation in your body about what having the particular thing you want to be intentional about having is like, what it looks like, what it feels like, what your senses are experiencing, so that your brain, your conscious mind is fully absorbed in that feeling in your body, whatever's going on in the pit of your stomach, what it feels like to be in a particular image, to really think about the brightness of the colours, the sensations, maybe even the smells that might be associated with the thing that you want to create for yourself, and also giving yourself a solid at least 10 to 15 seconds of really focusing on that image. Those sensations as well. Now, the reason this is so important in terms of thinking about what you want in your life is that your subconscious is constantly looking to follow orders. And the interesting thing about visualization is that your brain cannot discern the difference between something that you strongly visualize, something that you are fully absorbed in thinking and feeling about. It can't tell the difference between that and when you are actually in real life experience something. Your brain knows no difference. And so being intentional about what you're thinking about and being intentional about visualizing where you want to go and the kind of life you want to create for yourself isn't about that being like a pipe dream, isn't about you necessarily manifesting or anything woo-woo like that. It is literally feeding your brain with the material it needs to follow that particular order. So, for example, back in the days when I was very unwell and I was believing at this point that I couldn't walk again, one of the things that we did in order for me to recover, not knowing that I would recover, was for me to start to focus on health and healing. So I thought all the time about unraveling my language about pain and limitation and very specific things that I would think about regarding that pain, to changing out our language, not just with me and not just me personally, but in the home as well, to thinking about healing and thinking about warmth and glow and everything being very orange and comfortable. And in my mind, I would be thinking about things being warm and that just that sense of healing. So not only did I have images in my mind of me getting better, of what my cells were doing to heal themselves, but our language was supported at home about what I wanted for myself, which was to be comfortable, to be easy, to be relaxed, to be able to heal. And as a result, if you don't know my story, actually within a very short space of time, I recovered. Now, when you think about visualization for your business, the reason that I'm telling you it's a powerful tool is that many CEOs and thought leaders are now using visualization as a daily practice to build themselves as leaders, to improve the results that they're getting. And the reason is that your brain cannot tell the difference. Even now, Olympic athletes are using visualization as part of their training. And how it would work for an Olympic runner, for example, is that they will have in their head run that race, run that Olympic 200 meters again and again and again in their head. So when the event actually happens, their brain is programmed to go into the right responses for being the winner because they've already done that. So what it means is that they have already worked out what they need to do to cope with anything that comes up should challenges arise whilst they're running. But their brain has already filtered through and sorted all of that self-belief that they can achieve and that they can win because they have already done it in their head hundreds of times. And what it means is that you're kind of future proofing yourself to get the result that you want. And yes, of course, in real life, things don't always go to plan, but your brain is then switched to believe that it can achieve rather than thinking that it can't. Now, when a lot of people first encounter being intentional in this way, in the power of visualization, they think it's a little bit woo-woo, that it's a bit wishy-washy and a bit like just wishful thinking, if you like. And actually, for me, in my experience, this has been a really powerful tool. In terms of my business, when I started to understand the power of intentional language and intentional thought and action, and not as a kind of woo-woo manifestation, but as a scientific way that you are filling your mind, I came to realize that what I'd been doing for a long time is telling my brain over and over and over again on repeat that I wasn't capable, that I was limited, that I was in pain. But when I started to understand what was possible for me, in terms of my business and in terms of the kind of person I wanted to be, I started to put in my head that it was possible for me to be recognised as an international performer, that it was possible for me to still be at home with the children, that it was possible for me to earn great money as an actress, which had been one of my limiting beliefs before. And a very specific image that I used in my head was that I was in a room filled with my peers. And at that point, I didn't know who they would be, but that my name would be called out. And for some reason, I would be wearing a red dress and that there would be this cheer of applause. Now, I started thinking about that image over and over and over again. And for me, it wasn't the winning that was important. It was the fact that I belonged within that community and that I had that support around me. And for some reason, in that image, a red dress was very important. The fact that my nails were manicured, and I'll admit I do bite my nails from time to time, so that this was not my reality. And having manicured nails, red nails in a red dress, that sense of belonging and a community was really important. Now, I started thinking about that about 5 years before, and a moment almost identical to that actually happened. And at the time I started thinking about it, I had no idea about the exact way that would happen. But because I was telling myself and visualizing over and over again that I was recognized for my talent and that I belonged within a community of talented individuals, what happened is that my brain was helping me to seek out reasons and ways that I could get there. This would help me seek out networking opportunities. This would help me seek out and filter so that I am actually seeing the possibility for potential, for my own growth, for my own credibility. If you've read my book at all, Get Visible, How to Have More Impact, Influence and Income, you'll know that I believe that the videos that you put out there, the video that is running through your mind, that movie in your mind, is extremely powerful to the results that you get. So if you're not intentional with what you want and you are always moaning and groaning about the things you don't want and the things that you don't yet have, you need to become aware of your language, because that may well be the very thing that is sabotaging the results that you want. Some people think that visualization is a little bit crazy and a little bit out there, but what I think is more crazy is how often we are sabotaging what we say, think and believe about ourselves by criticizing our own abilities. And in my book, I go through a lot about how you can intentionally change your language, change your thoughts so that you can get the outcome that you deserve. Visualization is a powerful tool. And what it means is that you are, on a daily basis, you are checking in with your thoughts, thinking about that huge outcome. Perhaps at the moment it feels unobtainable, but checking in with that image. So for me right now, a visualization that I have is one about being on a particular international speaking arena alongside people who at the moment are like giants to me. And the interesting thing is I've been thinking about this particular visualization for a long time. And those particular individuals, the likes of Gary Vaynerchuk, Tony Robbins, Marie Forleo, when I launched my podcast and when I launched my book, Amazon and iTunes were then promoting my work alongside these giants. And to some extent, I feel very strongly that because I've been having this visualization and I have created the impetus and the success and that really strong desire and then the actions that surround it, I have in many ways already created the thing that I'm intentional about, and everything else may or may not follow. But I am very intentional about where I'm going with my speaking career. And that is because I've tapped in on a regular basis with thinking about what it feels like to be amongst those people, what it feels like to belong as a leader, what it feels like in my body to know that I have a message that is equally important to share. Visualization is a powerful tool. It's about checking in, holding those thoughts in your mind. What's the image? What sights do I see? What words do I hear? What feelings am I having? What does the air smell like? What am I wearing? What are other people saying to me about the event? All of these things, all of these modalities about how your brain remembers and recalls information, the more strongly you can use your imagination to create that over and over and over again for you, means that you are going to filter the information for your subconscious to allow those opportunities to open up for you. So if you've never used visualization, I strongly recommend that you start tapping into yourself and what you really want, and then creating that image, that feeling, that sensation in your body and in your brain, and making that part of your daily process. It's powerful, powerful stuff. Now, if you find this challenging to do on your own, if you find it challenging to visualize without any extra guidance outside of you, then one of the ways that I really recommend is to listen to visualization tracks, visualization audio that is priming your brain to switch off that inner critic, that part of you that is saying that's not possible, this is stupid, what are you doing? And that allows you to relax in a kind of almost meditative state. But instead of switching everything else out of your brain, you are focusing on this particular image, experience, sense of self that you have for yourself. Now, for me, I have gone out and I've created many guided visualization tracks because I know they're powerful. I have created them for my membership, and every month there is a track that is available as part of the package that you listen to on your own. They're usually under 10 minutes because these need to be short. They need to be things that you're going to integrate into your everyday life. So I have ones that are on establishing that you can be confident, that you can achieve that dream life, that you can achieve that income that you want. Basically, anything that you really want to achieve, if you start to focus on what that image, feeling, sight, sound, sensation is for you, you are training your brain for that success. And it doesn't happen overnight, but you are opening up potential and opportunities because your subconscious is following that new order. It's powerful stuff. So if you've never tried visualization, come over and check out the Get Visible Club, my low-cost membership, where we have all sorts of business support, but you also get one of these fabulous visualization or hypnosis tracks every single month to listen to and to start changing how you feel about yourself and start changing the potential that you see yourself creating. If you want to give guided visualization a try for yourself, I have a very special track that I give away for free, which is my confidence visualization. And it's a track that's about 8-9 minutes long, and it focuses on how you need to feel in order to create new opportunities as a confident individual. So if you would like a copy of this, go to annaparkernaples.co.uk/confidence-audio, and you will be able to get your very own track that you can download and get listening to straight away, and start seeing how quickly you feel differently about yourself once you integrate this experience into your everyday mind. Now, the tracks that I've created are not just any old thing that I've put together. Not only am I a multi-award winning voiceover artist, but I'm also a master of hypnosis, which means that I am very deliberate about the wording that I put into those tracks to get your subconscious ready and listening to the fact that you can be what you want to be. You can have that confident version of yourself. And those tracks, although they're 8-9 minutes long, there's actually a portion of the track that goes quiet for about a minute and a half. And that is because it's at that point that any instruction that is placed within that visualization track, your subconscious is then processing. So when you listen to that track and you think, gosh, that's gone quiet, is it broken, is it not? No, it is deliberate, because that is when your brain is integrating the new learning and new understanding. So head over and give visualization a try. I promise you, you won't regret it. For me, it has been one of the most powerful, most important tools that I integrate into my life every single day. Thank you for listening to Entrepreneurs Get Visible. To get your free checklist on how to raise your profile and to find out about our community, go to annaparkernaples.co.uk/get visible.